T5 ஹாலில் கூட லெக்சர் கொடுத்ததுனால இந்த தொண்டை வளம்னா இருக்கு உடல் வளையமும் அவ்வளவு குறைந்து விடவில்லை. I am extremely happy to be with you at this precious function. And what Karthikeyan said, my travel program and other things are nothing. I get now re-energized. And my age is not 93 instead of 39. I am daily looking at the WhatsApp message of the AC Trust Day, and I am profoundly happy. Though I could not involve myself as I was there in the Anomaly University due to multiple reasons. Therefore, I admire those alumni who have initiated this procedure and successfully handling it. Regarding the ACS Trust, the involvement should be along with the seniors as well as with the juniors, so that the continuity may be firmly established. One of the speakers asked those alumni to continue indefinitely in the trust. Let them be, as Sanjeevi announced, let there be the retirement role coming in, but let them be honorary members. But as the number of trust members, if increased, and see that each trust member is not there for more than 3 years or 4 years, depending upon the strength of it, because 2 years what they have just told me about, but if they increase it for reasons, then let them be, and so that they could transfer easily all their experiences to the youngsters to continue this noble task of helping this department as well as the students there. This is my humble request. And one point that I am answering mostly to the points raised by the speakers. That's why I opted to speak at the last session of it. Karthikeyan requested the Sati to imbibe into their branches of classical engineering, similar to what our chemical engineering department is doing it with the support of the alumni there. Right from the beginning, when I was a student admitted in 1951, and when you were all students there was no doubt unanimity in the hostel. As whenever there is a problem, you will join with us and then come to fight with the warden or deputy warden. That is a different issue. But there were two departments by the time, HOD and HOD of chemical engineering and HOD of engineering department. These two departments, one with the all classical engineering of civil, electrical, mechanical, and another one is with the chemical engineering, mostly named as Tech, T1, T2, T3, T4. This kind of a disparity gave an initial bonding among our alumni students. Apart from the wide range of representation right from Kanyakumari even to Punjab, there were students, because there were limited number of chemical engineering institutions compared to the classical engineering institutions. This binding continued, and surprisingly, of course, for which I don't find exactly reasons, there was an inordinate affection and affiliation between the teacher and the taught. Right from the inception, they were very much intimately obliged. That is the bonding that continues even now, and make this association and the trust to form and function effectively to the betterment of the department and the society. Regarding the funding and the other aspect of it, of course, now I should thank specifically Dr. Sathik. Luckily, he said in honor of, with the conditions, of course, honor is different from what otherwise be. I know, don't feel shy to seek credit. I am living with a bonus by the God. Therefore, end is inevitable. But how long you are surviving without causing any problem to any persons associated with me, particularly to my family members. This is what I pray. And there is no inhibition in the statement there. I once again thank Dr. Sadiq, the special reference he has made, because he was an admirer of the stoichiometry, because they used to calculate the carbon dioxide emission and other things from the boiler in a different methodology, but our molecular concept of it was very much attracted, and he used to admire that methodology rather than the carbon dioxide calculations or efficiency of the furnaces in their boiler state. Then, coming to other aspect of it, why this binding comes, and thereby creating memorial aspect of the endowment lectures on upgradations of the curriculum as well as the students department. I really happy that this year the functions are very much good, both by the trust as well as by the department. Many useful lectures, useful to the present conjunctions. Department has been upgraded with many equipments, as Mr. Jagannathan and Ram Ravichandran of Coimbatore have contributed, and all these things along with the effort of the professors and the dean presently, Dr. Karthikeyan, the department has acquired the national accreditation extended right up to 27-28. Previously it was 3 years, now another 3 years it was extended. It is a special credit that the department has with their active participation as well as that of the AC Trust there. One point they have raised about the CSR. I think if I am correct, apart from the 2% contribution that each industry can give from their profit, or there was one limitation, I am subjected to corrections, that CSR fund cannot be given arbitrarily to any institutions, any organizations, but there is an exemption, I believe, that is there for 20 kilometers. This is what I have found out from CPCL when I approached for some help. 20 kilometer radius, but that is exempted as far as the educational institutions are concerned. Therefore, those who are in service to the possible extent contribute and divert CSR funds to the institutions there. Now then, coming to the today functions. Friends, I joined in 51 and Dr. ANDIAPPAN joined in 1952. He was junior to me in the chemical engineering department, but senior by age. The reason was, he was, after his partial elementary education, had been abroad and probably continued the hereditary business, and later on came and joined and came into the existence of it, and he creditably passed the chemical engineering section, and then he joined Asiatic company there. But I think he is not happy over the company management and so on, because he has probably a deep interest on the academic side of it. Therefore, he just switched over from industrial side to the academic side. And he took up the job as a lecturer in chemical engineering. Subsequently, he did his ME also. And more than anything else, he did, in those days, friends, I think you are all aware, there is no postgraduate program or the PhD program in engineering. Therefore, at this stage, MSc by research. And he did a project on hold up in rotary dryers, which will help us to establish the thickness of the shell there. He got his MSc. I was not that much interested by the time in these things because it is my family environments as well as my mind setup is mostly towards industrial activities. Therefore, I got involved myself in consultancy works, took up many shortcomings in the industries, and as one of the speakers has pointed out, pilot plant studies, we did it in Annamalai University, not only in chalcopyrite to copper sulfate, scrap iron to yellow oxide, and from yellow oxide to red oxide, husk from cement, a very good antibiotic similar to that of Dettol from the waste mixed Tylenol of Neyveli. Likewise, we did it. And also, when I guided one or two ME students in their research project, we did drying of vegetables to keep up the quality and regenerate when it is cooked there. And even red oxide paint. Likewise, we did it, small project. Provisions are there. Only thing is, irrigation and involvement must be there. As I said, practical work. Because why I am saying is, while we are requesting our alumni to contribute their might to the welfare of the department, let us be demanding from industries so that you take up such projects, get financial assistance from them, which will be easy for them to provide as well as to upgrade the status of it. We have potentialities, we have strength, and we should concentrate more on applied research along with the fundamental research. Dr. ANDIAPPAN, though have a big family, has took a bold decisions because he was academically oriented, went to Canada, had his PhD degrees on phase equilibria. And he has proposed an equations better than Nixon, because phase equilibria have experimentation but correlation by mathematical alignment. He did it, and thereafter he came over here and took up the professorship, and Dr. P.L. Sabaratnam, as a first PhD graduate, did extension work on this phase equilibria. That was his academic interest. And in fact, after seeing all those things, I felt I should also do something on this research, and I took up a research on hold up on double shell dryers and got my MSc by research there. Thereafter promoted, but the pilot plant study I have done made me to shift myself from the academic side to the industrial side. In one unit of chalcopyrite to copper sulfate in Bangalore, which was no doubt a collaboration with the IISc, but Professor Kumar, IISc, trusted Annamalai University because they said they are practical minded, we are only theoretical oriented. We designed, even construction was done on the spot. Fluidized bed was successfully made into commissioning. Product was quality and quantity approved. And to say a truth, 11 spiel once came to IISc Bangalore And he was a man in fluidization also, apart from the kinetics. And there was a separate laboratory of fluidization in IIC Bangalore with 1 inch, 2 inch, so on and so forth. And he asked why this much commissioning has been being thought about on the fluidization bed. But there is one 8 square foot fluidization bed operating in Bangalore. He was very much inquisitive to come and visit it, but the management, some others circumvented it, and they brought them, but see that he is not fully exposed to what is happening there in the fluidization bed. Therefore, strength is there, mind setup is what is required. That will definitely yield the desired result. On fundamental research, ANDIAPPAN was more interested, and he successfully handled. As far as my personal relationship is concerned, it was very good, but there were 1 or 2 occasions to have a mild understanding of it. But to my surprise, he was not banking on such things to enlarge and widen the gap. When he was handling thermodynamics, he once directed a student to go and approach myself. The student came there, I said, no, I should not, because he is handling it. I should not intervene and pretend as if I know better than himself. But the boy said, sir, he is the person who directed me to this one. That magnanimity was there. And in once in an interview of the ME student, the external examiner asks, is he a project done for the ME research or alternative to put into practice to earn money? He said, he is always doing that. This is also the same case of it. For he used to encourage me, as Dr. Sadiq said about this stoichiometry. I opted for voluntary retirement. By the time, not unfortunately or fortunately, I left abruptly. There was no normal functions of the party. I thought many have many ideas over it. But to my surprise, ANDIAPPAN started corresponding to me after my voluntary retirement, and he requested me to have a written concept on his 80th year sovereign, and I did it. I had been to Rangia and got his blessings because he is elder than me. This was the conceptual understanding we had, irrespective of minor aberrations here and there between us. His magnanimity is to be highly appreciated. To end with, தோன்றிற் புகழடி தோன்றுக தோன்றிலார் தோன்றலி தோன்றாம் என்று. ANDIAPPAN is the standing example of it. Another one I would like to stress is, தக்கார் தகவலர் என்பது அவரவர்தம் எச்சத்தார் காணப்படும். இன்று பாருங்கள், 4 பெண் பிள்ளைகளும் அவர் சார்ந்தவர்களும் வந்திருக்கிறார்கள் என்றால் ANDIAPPAN அது ஒரு பெருமை அடையாளம் என்று சொல்லி அவர் வழி நின்று நமது டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கும் நமக்கும் பெருமை சேர்ப்போம் என்று சொல்லிக்கொண்டு I conclude my speech. Thank you very much.